On our back. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Allow your feet to be a little wider than your hips, and allow the knees to drop in so that they can rest on each other. And we'll feel the back against the earth. And then bring your hands to the base of the skull. You can give a little massage there. And then draw the fingers towards the top of your mat and allow the neck to be nice and long. Maybe the spine finds a little bit more grounding on the earth. You can allow the palms to face up, Shavasana arms, and just experiencing your breath here. And so any way that you're breathing is totally fine. Just that observation of the breath is what we're looking for. With your next exhalation, drawing the breath out completely. And with your next inhalation, feeling the side walls of your ribs, the back of the ribs, front of the ribs expand, finding that expansion in all directions. Allowing the breath to move through the body. So as it carves new space with the inhalation, with each inhalation, just feeling new parts of your body, finding that the support of the breath, opening from the breath. And with each exhalation, just allow the body to feel the breath exit completely. You're welcome to keep your eyes closed if that feels okay. We'll walk the feet in just as we're experiencing the breath. And that way the knees can face directly up. Bring the hands right onto the thighs. So you can press the hands away, lengthen through the spine, and finding that breath here. So the low back may find itself a little closer to the earth. And we'll feel that low belly really start to draw in towards the back, in towards the earth with each exhalation. As you breathe this way, I'll explain the next part of our pranayama, our breath exercise. We'll find some Kapalabhati breath. So we'll be pushing the breath out kind of forcefully. So pushing the belly down towards the earth to push the breath out. And then the inhalation comes on its own. So you're welcome to stay here breathing. If you want to look over here, I'll kind of give you a little bit of a side view. You're welcome to stand on your back. I like to do this on my back so you can really feel the belly come down towards the earth. So you're pressing into your thighs, and then each exhalation, we're gonna push the breath out. So we'll take 3 rounds of 20 in this way. So it's a forceful push of the breath out using the abdominal wall snapping back towards the ground. And then the breath just comes in on its own. After each round of 20, we'll take a nice few breaths in between, just to allow the body to kind of readjust before the next round. If 20 is stressful for your body, just stop wherever you feel that strain. So if you want to just do 10, you can do 3 reps of 10, whatever feels good for you. And we'll take a nice deep inhalation to start. And then you can start to push the breath out. And we'll take a round of 20. You can count in your mind. After your last one, just allow the breath to really leave completely, and then allow the next breath to fill the body as we were doing before. So if you want, you can allow the hands to face up again. So Shavasana arms, while you draw the breath all the way in, expanding the back ribs, side ribs, rolling the breath out. We'll take another round of Kapalabhati breath. So bringing the hands onto the tops of the thighs, press the elbows straight. Nice deep inhalation. And then pushing the breath out. And your last one, really allowing the breath to leave completely. Low belly's drawing back. And then inhale. You can leave the palms to face up. And just feeding the body with the breath. And we'll take one more round. So preparing for that, bringing the hands onto the thighs. We'll press the elbows straight, lengthen through the back. Nice deep inhalation. We'll find another round of maybe 20. And the last one, you can draw the breath out completely. Hold the breath out for a moment, and then allow the palms to face up and the breath to feed the body. This breath translates into skull cleansing breath. A lot of times it can help us clear out anything, be physical, but it also could be very mental or emotional. So just experiencing almost that feeling of being washed, a little bit of a clean slate. And then take a moment to set an intention for your practice. And then we'll get ready to move a little bit more. So you can take your block, allow the eyelids to open, gaze can find a little bit more focus. And we'll have the block handy, but we're not going to use it right away. We'll just keep it kind of close. We'll press into the feet and lift the pelvis, coming into a low bridge here. We'll bring the palms right onto the tops of the hip bones in the front of the pelvis and press down, lifting the hips up into the hands. So keep this nice lengthening in the spine, tail is lengthening, low ribs are pulling back. And then really gently, we're just gonna take the legs and just move them out and in really gently. So almost like butterfly wings. So not super big, it's like a butterfly kind of fanning its wings, trying to get that morning dew off. And as you do that, you want to feel the tail continue to lengthen. That might want to dip down, and we'll feel those low ribs hugging back. And bring the hands up towards the sky and open and close the fingers. So this kind of sweet awakening for the body, finding muscular engagement Staying with the breath, so that awareness on where your breath is now. Can you pull it into the backs of the shoulders with your inhalation? Making fists, we'll bring the fists to face one another, bring the backs of the arms into the earth, and we'll bring some stillness into the legs. Press into the balls of the feet, lift the heels. Keep hugging in those low ribs, and we'll lift and lower the heels a bit here. So you'll feel those glutes start to activate maybe in a different way. You want to feel the backs of the shoulders find the earth without puffing up the ribs. So we're going to keep pulling the ribs back and allowing the backs of the shoulders to find some grounding here. Heels will go down, toes will lift. Inhale, we'll bring the hands back up, and you can either roll the wrists in either direction, or you can hold on to fingers. So if you feel at all wrist sensation, a gentle turning may be a better opening. And finding whatever opening feels nice. So just getting a little movement into the joints. If you want to bring the hands above the head, palms can face. You're welcome to do that, or bring the backs of the arms into the earth. We're going to hug the belly back and lower down, coming down to just the bottom of the rib cage. So the pelvis is going to stay lifted here. Lower ribs are on the earth. So finding your breath here. Keep hugging in the low belly. And then exhale, hug the belly back. We'll come all the way down. You can take any movements that feel nice for the legs. Get a little relief there. And then we're going to bring the block this direction. So not the thinnest direction, but that medium setting. We'll bring it right in between the thighs. So avoiding the inner knee. We'll find about that halfway mark, and we'll bring the legs up towards the sky. So knees can be as bent as they need to be. We'll bring the hands to clasp behind the head. Take a nice deep inhalation. We're pressing through the balls of the feet and fanning out the toes. On the exhalation, we'll come up, bring the elbows in, and feel the tail energetically lifting. One more breath here, and we'll exhale, release. Inhale here, we'll exhale up. Feel that tail energetically lifting, low belly is drawing back. And we're going to take the legs and internally and externally rotate. So we're rolling the legs around that block. And if you don't have a block, you could just do the same movement without a block. So squeezing in on the block and rolling those thighs. One more breath, and we'll exhale, come down. Inhale here, exhale up. We'll find that internal and external rotation. And then we're going to turn the heart towards the left, just about an inch. We're going to stay lifted off that left shoulder blade. So that's going to want to tap down. Inhale, come back to center. And we'll exhale, release. Inhale here. We'll exhale up. Internally and externally rotate the thighs. And we'll turn the heart towards the right. So stay lifted off that right shoulder blade. Head is releasing into the basket of the hands. Inhale, come back to center. And we'll exhale, release. Inhale here. We'll exhale up. Again, internally and externally rotating at the thighs. We'll turn the heart towards the left. And then turn the heart towards the right. Inhale, come back to center. And we'll exhale, release. Inhale here. We'll exhale up. Internally and externally rotating the thighs. Turn the heart towards the right. Stay lifted off the right shoulder blade. And then we'll turn the heart towards the left. Come back to center. And we'll exhale, release. One more round. We're going to change it up a little bit though. So instead of moving the shoulders side to side, we're going to lift the tail and move the pelvis side to side if that feels okay. So we'll keep centered with the shoulders, and we're going to move the pelvis side to side. Inhale here. Exhale, come up. We'll internally and externally rotate the thighs, lift the tail, and we're gonna bring the left thigh towards you. And you can find stillness with the legs here. It's hard to rotate. And then bring the right thigh towards you. Come back to center, and we'll exhale, release. Inhale here, so we just have to do that one more time. Exhale up. You can internally and externally rotate the thighs for a moment, and then find stillness, lift the tail, bring the right thigh towards your heart, and then the left thigh towards your heart. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, release. You can release the block. Ah! And we'll find some movement for the shoulders. Let's get a little bit more opening there. So we'll bring the block on the highest setting outside of the right hip. Bring that inner knee to the block. Left hand will stack on top of the right, and we'll paint circles. You're gonna feel that shoulder blade moving in a circular way, really on the back. Next time, the arm is either alongside the ear line if the shoulders feel tight, or over towards the left. You can bring the gaze up towards the sky. You don't want to feel this in the low back, so if you do, keep hugging both thighs towards the belly a little bit more, and we'll just open the tissue across the front of the chest, breathing here. And continue that circle. We'll lift the knees. And we'll bring the block on the highest setting outside of the left hip. Bring the right top of the inner knee, inner thigh to the block. Left leg can meet the block. And then we'll take the arms and make those circles again. So right hand will stack on top of the left. And we'll go all the way around. Again, just experiencing the shoulder blades moving on the back. Next time, the arm is either alongside the ear line or all the way over to the right. You can stay here and just breathe some opening across the front of the chest. Seeing if you can use your breath for that opening. And continuing that circle, we'll come up and set the block aside. We'll come on to hands and knees. We'll hug the belly up, lengthen through the crown of the head, and we'll take the right leg behind us. So just rocking forward and back here. And then we'll find stillness, hug the belly in, lift that right leg, lengthen through the crown of the head. And we're going to bring that right leg out towards the right. You can stay lifted here. If you want, you can unweight the left hand. You can bring the left hand forward onto fingertips, or maybe even find that left arm off to the left. So we worked a little bit on these on Thursday. We'll do a little bit more with it today. We'll bring the leg and arm back. Take a round of cow-cat. Inhale and lengthen. Bring the left leg back and rock forward and back. So just getting a nice opening for the foot fascias. You really want to feel those toes all the way to the pinky toe. So from the big toe side to the pinky toe side is experiencing that opening. And then hug the belly up. Keep the tail from lifting. So we're going to keep it lengthening instead. Bring that left foot up. We're going to bring it out towards the left. Hug the belly in. Maybe come on to right fingertips. Maybe right fingertips come forward. Maybe we lift that arm. So keep hugging everything into the midline. And then we'll exhale, bring the foot and the hand down. Take one round of cow-cat. And then lengthen. We'll bring the elbows down under the shoulders. And then if you want, you can clasp the hands if that feels better for the shoulders. Tuck the toes. We'll send the hips high. Keep a nice bend in the knees. And then from here, we're just going to lift and lower the heels here. So feel the opening for the backs of the legs, for the feet, the fascia in the feet. And rolling a little bit more weight into the shoulders. And then we'll bring the knees wide, press the hips back, finding child's pose here. And bringing your breath into your back. And then we'll walk the hands back. You're welcome to take another round on forearms or in downward dog. I'll give you a couple of different options, but we'll work a little bit more on that strength building. So if you're in your dolphin, you can lift one leg this time, and we're gonna rock onto the ball of the foot, and then bring the other leg. So the right leg's coming out to the right leg is lifted, and then we can bring that back to center. As you rock onto the ball of the left foot, bring the right leg out towards the right, and come back to center. And that's a lot for the shoulders. So you can take that in a dolphin or a down dog. And if you're finding this using the wall, you can bring your feet against the wall, hands will be right under your shoulders, and take your tight down dog from here. And then you can work on lifting one leg and then the other. And maybe as you lift your leg, you bring it out towards the side and back, and then down. If you're in that L shape, you can do the same thing by lifting it up and bringing the leg out towards the right. Maybe I come onto the ball of the left foot, bring the heel down, and then I can switch. So taking whatever feels good for your body. We're working on abduction, which is bringing that lever leg out to the side. It's going to add some demand. If it feels okay, roll onto the ball of whatever foot is touching either the wall or the ground. And that adds just a little bit more demand for the shoulders. And taking whatever number of times on each side, so evening out both sides, and taking rest. You can always take rest in between. Whenever you're ready, we'll roll the shoulders, and we'll get ready to start our flow. We're coming to the top of the mat. We'll inhale, lifting the arms, and then exhale, fold. So hinging at the hips, we're going to take the hips back in space. Bring your thumbs into the hip crease, draw the hips back, hug the belly up, and lengthen through the crown of the head. So we're finding the strength using your glutes and using the low belly here. Exhale, fold all the way in, bring the right leg back. We'll bring the shin down, release the top of the foot. Left hand's coming behind the back, press the right glute down, lift the right arm and slide the shoulder blade up. So we're going to breathe space into this right side. Exhale, the hands will come down. We're going to walk them around towards the right leg, finding that lunge. Right knee over the right ankle, right hip comes back. And then we're going to keep walking the hands over towards the right. So come on to fingertips, almost like a down dog. And then press the hips back in space. So getting a nice opening for the left side of the body here. I'm going to breathe space into that left side. Continue to walk the hands around towards that right leg. Left hand down, left shin down. Right leg is going long. And we'll bring that right arm up and then bring it over the ear line. So we'll just get a nice long stretch here for the right side of the body. Keep pulling the low ribs in. Use your left glute to draw the hip forward under you, finding the sits bone under you. Exhale, bring the right hand down. Inhale into plank. We'll exhale, drop the knees, hug the belly up, use your glutes, come down a third of the way. Stay here. So elbows are drawing back, hugging the belly in, lengthening here. So how long can your spine be with each inhalation? And then we'll exhale, come all the way down. Keep the hands planted where they are. We'll draw the pubic bone down into the earth and inhale, send the heart forward, feeling the hands draw back energetically. Press up into downward facing dog. You can come through a plank on knees or child's pose, whatever feels nice for you. In your downward facing dog, we're going to take the right foot and flip it so that the toes, the top of the foot is on the ground. We'll just get a nice opening here for the fascia in that direction. And then we'll switch. Do that to the left side. Press strong through the arms though, so we're keeping stability through the upper body. And then we'll bring that foot back down. Inhale the right leg up. On the exhalation, hug the knee into the chest. We're going to step the foot forward without lifting the right hand, and then slide that foot back. Down dog split. Exhale, hug the knee into the chest. Step the foot forward without lifting that right hand, and then slide that foot back. Last time, step, bring the left foot back. We'll come on to the knee. You can keep the toes tucked here, and then we're gonna take the arms and make cactus arms and just go side to side. So pelvis is stable. Movement is in that kind of middle back region, the thoracic region. Facing forward, exhale the hands down, stepping the foot forward. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, hinge at the hips. We're going to bring the thumbs into the hip crease again. Press the hips back. So knees are right over the ankles, hips are drawing back. Hug that low belly. You can even bring your hands to the low belly, pulling that up, and then find that length through the crown of the head. We'll bring both hands forward here. So this adds some demand if this is not for you. If it's enough to do this with the hands in the hip creases, stay here. But we'll stay here for a round of breath. Exhale, come all the way down. Bring the left foot back, release the shin and the top of the foot. Right hand is coming behind the back. Press down with the fist on the left glutes, and we'll lift that left arm. Breathe space into the left side as you send the left shoulder blade up. Keep pulling those ribs back though. So we're opening the ribs with the breath. Exhale the hands down. Walk them around towards that left leg. So left knee over the ankle, left hip is drawing back. Hands can be under the shoulders to start, and then walk the fingers over towards the left. So almost like down dog with the upper body. Press the fingertips and send the hips back. Breathing space into the right side of the body. Continue to walk the hands around towards that left foot. Right hand is down, right shin is down, left leg goes back. And then we're gonna bring that left arm up towards the sky. Nice deep breath here, and we'll bring the left arm over the ear line. So keep hugging in the low ribs, finding this space from the left outer foot to the fingertips. And keep that right sits bone coming under you. Exhale the hand down. Inhale into plank. We'll drop the knees, hug the belly in, lower a third of the way. We're gonna stay here. So hugging in the low belly, drawing up the pelvic floor, and feel the elbows drawing back. Gaze is right under the face. Push back up into that kneeling plank. Exhale, come down again. Hug the belly up. Push back up into kneeling plank. Last time, we're going to come all the way down. Bring the fingertips outside of your mat, tent the palms. Inhale, lift the heart, hug the belly up, and then we're going to drop the head. Allow the shoulder blades to kiss on the back and just release any tension in the back of the neck, the shoulder blades. And then we'll exhale, come down, pressing back into downward facing dog. And from here, we'll flip the left toes and get that opening for the top of the foot. And then we'll switch and flip the right toes. The right knee could be bent, just getting a nice opening there. And then we'll flip the toes back to downward dog. Inhale the left leg. Exhale, hug the knee into the chest. Keep the left base of the palm down. Step the foot forward. Inhale, down dog split. Exhale, hug the knee into the chest. Step the foot forward. Inhale, down dog split. Last time. We'll bring that right leg back. Come on to the shin. You can keep the toes tucked. We'll cactus those arms. Again, drawing the legs together energetically and finding that movement really in the thoracic spine. So just getting some opening here. Stillness, exhale down and step the back foot forward. We'll walk the hands up the shins, finding that forward fold without forward folding all the way. So it's that lifted forward fold. Finger or thumbs can come into the hip crease. Hug the belly back as you lengthen through the crown of the head. We're going to bring the right thumb in front of the left. And you can hook them like this. And then feel the thumbs draw apart as you draw your fingertips forward. Drop the hips, inhale, Utkatasana like this. Exhale, fold. Can flow through Sun Salutation A, just had a little bit of a different beginning. Moving with your breath. So going from plank to lowering, inhale, cobra or upward facing dog, and then exhale, downward facing dog. The base of your next exhalation, preparing to move to the front of your mat. Walk the hands up the legs, come into that halfway forward fold. Ardha Uttanasana. We'll bring left thumb in front of the right this time. Arms can be alongside the ear line. Hug the belly back, so strong in the glutes, strong in the low belly. And then drop the hips and bring the hands up, finding your Utkatasana. So you can feel the fingers drawing apart from each other. Exhale, fold. Can flow through another round of Sun Salutation A. Inhaling into plank. Exhale, lower. You can always drop the knees. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. And on the exhalation, downward facing dog. The base of your next exhalation, prepare to make your way forward. We'll inhale, lift up into Utkatasana right away. Exhale, fold. Flow through a vinyasa if you want, or skip it and go from plank to downward dog. So you can always skip that lowering if you'd like. From downward facing dog, we'll inhale the right leg. And on the exhalation, knee's gonna come into the chest. We'll step the foot forward without lifting the hands. Keep the hands planted and lift that left leg. So we'll find this kind of bent knee standing split. Hands will be planted. Bring the heart forward. Nice. And so gaze is right under the face. Keep hugging up the low belly. Finding your breath here. Left foot's gonna come down. Cartwheel the arms around towards that left leg. Right hand is gonna come down, and we'll bring the left arm up, finding that lunge twist. So right glute is active. You want to feel the back of the right shoulder really holding you. So you can always bring your left hand to the back of the shoulder blade and lean back before you send your left arm high. From here, we're going to take this back foot and step it forward, bringing the knee outside of that left ankle. So we'll find a seated twist shape here and roll the shoulders. So this Ardha Matsyendrasana leg, left leg is on top. From here, keep the feet where they are. I'm coming onto the balls of the feet and walk around. I'll lift up into goddess. So the feet are kind of already in their spaces. You just have to come onto the balls of the feet. So from here, we'll lift up into goddess. Come onto the balls of the feet. Send the hips down. Keep hugging in those low ribs. We'll bring the arms out wide, almost like you're holding on to tennis balls. Feel that sensation, and then we'll pulse the arms back. Don't let the ribs pop forward. Instead, keep hugging them back. And then we'll bring the heels down, cartwheel the arms towards that right leg. We'll find dolphin with a lifted right leg. Option is for a funky dolphin. So as you bring that right leg up, the left forearm will come down and the right hand will line up with that left elbow. Whoops. So you can find this shape, and that just brings a little bit more weight, concentrated weight into the left shoulder. And then from here, you can lift and lower your left heel if you'd like. And then we'll bring that right foot down, knees down, and climb up. Inhale the left arm high. Bend the right elbow. We're going to thread that left arm under without tapping down. Inhale, left arm high. So we're turning using those abdominal muscles as we find that twist. Inhale. This time we're going to bring that left arm under, and you can bring the cheek down towards the earth if you'd like. You can bring that right arm long if you want. And if you want a little bit more, bring the right knee towards the left. And just breathing some opening into the back of the left shoulder. If the right arm has traveled, we'll bring the hand right under the shoulder, press into the palm, inhale the left arm up, and we're going to take this left leg and step it forward, finding a 90-90 lunge twist. And then from here, we'll put weight into this left leg and lift up. And you can hug that right leg. We'll face forward. Bringing the left hand to the outer right thigh, we'll find a twist here. Bringing that right arm back. And then from here, we'll bring that right arm forward. We're going to bring the right leg behind you and left hand down, finding Ardha Chandrasana. So blocks are super here. If you'd like, bringing the block right under the shoulder. We're going to pivot at the hips. So we're going to turn the right side of the pelvis down. You can bring the right hand down. You can always bring it onto a block if you want, or onto the floor, but we'll lift that left arm. So we'll find a revolved half moon pose, or Parivrita Ardha Chandrasana. And then we'll exhale the hand down and the foot. We're going to turn the toes out, walk the hands forward. So the feet can be as wide as your mat. Come onto fingertips. We'll press the hips back. Allow the neck and head to be soft here. You can even feel some side to side movement with the ribs. And then from here, you're welcome to come back into downward facing dog, or you can walk your hands forward and climb up. So you can flow through a vinyasa from here by stepping back, waving forward first, or you could just walk your hands back towards your feet and then walk the hands up the legs. So take whatever feels nice for your body. If you flow through the vinyasa, after you come through your downward facing dog, you can make your way to the front of your mat. We'll inhale and meet in Utkatasana. From here, we'll exhale, fold, flow through your vinyasa. If you'd like, we'll go from plank to lowering, possibly finding your cobra or upward facing dog, and then exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg. On the exhalation, knee's going to come into the chest. We're going to keep the hands down and planted. Step that left foot forward. And then send the heart forward. So hands are planted, knee can be really bent. We'll bring that right leg up. So use your right side glutes. Draw the line of the spine long. Crown of the head strong. Forward gaze is right under your face. On the next exhalation, we'll bring the right toes down, cartwheel the arms around, be facing that right leg this time. And we'll bring the left hand under the shoulder, right knee is bent, then you can bring that right arm high. So always nice to check in with the shoulder and see where we're feeling that work. You can bring your right hand behind the left shoulder if you want and lean back into that hand before you send the right arm high. The transition from here is we're going to shift forward and bring the left knee outside of the right ankle, finding those Ardha Matsyendrasana legs, and roll the shoulders out here. Transition is into goddess from here. So this is where we'll come onto the balls of the feet. So we're turning away towards the left side of our body, and then coming onto the balls of the feet. We'll stay low when we arrive though. So we're going to be nice and low. Nice. So toes are out, heels are in, and we're finding that same shape with our body with the long spine. Crown of the head is drawing forward. And from here, drop your hips lower, and then almost like you're lifting a globe, lift up. And then we're gonna do the opposite. So send the hips back, but hug the belly in, and we'll lower that down. These are super great for teaching you how to hold your body when you're shoveling. Hips down, lift up. So we're using the glutes, using the abdominals, not the low back. We're gonna come back down, send the hips back, but use your belly. Hands will come down, bring the toes in. Inhale, lengthen the spine, and we'll exhale, fold in here. So finding Prasarita, Padottanasana, wide-legged forward fold, neck and head can be soft. Hands will come under the shoulders. Inhale here. Pivot so that the heels are in, toes are out. Send the hips down, hug the belly in. Inhale, lift, finding our goddess. This time we're gonna take our cactus arms and just go side to side. So pelvis is still, thoracic spine is moving. Finding stillness, we'll turn towards that left leg this time. So we'll find either dolphin or funky dolphin. Left leg is going to lift. If you're finding that funky dolphin, the right forearm will come down and the left palm is going to line up right beside that right elbow. And so you're welcome here to lift and lower the heel if you'd like. Keep hugging in the low belly. And then we'll bring that foot down, bring the knees down, and climb up. This time the right arm's gonna travel. So left hand is under the shoulder. Inhale the right arm high. So we're turning with the oblique muscles in the abdominal wall. Exhale, come under, bend that left elbow. Inhale, lift. Exhale, coming under. Last time, nice deep breath. And this time we'll thread that right arm under. You can bring your cheek to the earth. And if you want, you can bring your hand forward or bring the left knee towards the right. If you want a little extra stretch for the back of that right shoulder, but just mindful of how the shoulders feel. If the left knee has traveled, we'll bring it back under the hip. If the left hand has traveled, back under the shoulder. Inhale the right arm high. And then we're going to take that right leg and step it forward. So we'll find our 90-90 lunge twist here. Transition is into a standing balance. So that right leg is going to press down, lift that left knee up. Nice. And you can take that right hand to the outer left thigh and we'll find a twist. Nice. So left hand is going to travel forward. We're going to bring that left leg back and the right hand down. So this is where we find our Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. So strong through that lifted leg and the belly. So we're really pulling the belly back. We're going to pivot so that the left hip point points down. You can always switch the block if you want. Bring that block under the left shoulder, left hand, or you can bring that onto the ground. The bent knee is not only fine, but it's wonderful. And a nice opening for the back of that left leg. And then we'll exhale that hand and then we'll bring the feet wide. So bend into the knees. Feet are as wide as your mat, toes are facing out. Come on to fingertips. Think down dog with the upper body. Press the hips back. Hug the right ribs in and the left ribs in. And then if you want, you can walk the hands back a little bit more and set the hips down for malasana. And if you want, you can find a little crow practice here. So yogi's choice. So finding that opening for the inner thighs, or you're welcome to, it's always nice with a block at first, shins on the backs of the arms, and you can lift one leg and then the other, but no pressure in the neck. So we don't want to be really resting on the neck. Block's just there to keep our faces from hitting the ground. Yay! I saw that, Carol! And then from here, we'll walk the hands back out, walk the feet back out, downward facing dog. Way forward into plank. Inhale. We'll exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, we'll inhale the right leg. We'll either step it forward or work on a little hop before we step that leg forward. Coming into that bent knee standing split. Back leg is lifted, heart's coming through. From here, we'll walk the hands up the legs if that feels okay. Okay, so we've done this before at the beginning, but both feet were down. You're always welcome to put that back foot down. Walk the hands up. Bring the hands to your heart. And then if it feels okay, we're going to turn the heart towards the right side. Maybe land that elbow on top of the thigh. Bring the back foot down, cartwheel the arms around. Right hand is down. So we'll find a side plank here, yogi's choice. You can bring that right shin down if you'd like. Left leg long. And then also yogi's choice, if you want to bend that left knee, hold on to the foot and get an opening for the front of that left thigh. Can release the foot. Bend that left knee, bring it into your chest. We're going to step forward and come into a bent knee half moon right away. So left foot comes down, left hand's going to be on the ground, and then lift the right leg and the right hand. Nice. We'll reverse that now. Bring the right hand down, right shin down, left leg long. Yogi's choice, if you want, you can step the foot behind you and lift up, finding a little wild thing, reverse tabletop. So yogi's choice. And then you can bring that right shin down, left knee forward. We're going to step, hands going to come to the ground, lift off. Nice, so left leg, Ardha Chandrasana. We're going to bring both hands down, take the right knee and bring it outside of that left ankle. And we'll be in Ardha Matsyendrasana legs. And we'll take a traditional twist here. Inhale, left hand is behind the back. Inhale the right arm up. And we'll find a twist here. Moving with your breath. We'll inhale, come back to center. And then from here, we'll take this top foot And just step it over. Lift up into a reverse tabletop with 2 hands down. Use your glutes, hug the low belly in. And then we'll bring the hips down. Can cross the ankles and come forward. Inhale into plank. Exhale, move through your vinyasa. If you'd like, we'll clear that out. Come into downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg. You can either add a little hop and then step, or just step it forward. Keep the hands down, lift the right leg, bring the heart forward. So we're in that bent knee standing split. From here, we'll walk the hands up the leg. Again, option is always to put the back foot down. So low belly though. So use your glutes, use your low belly, walk the hands up. Hands will come to prayer. If you want and you feel stable, you can start to move the prayer towards the left. Maybe you tap the elbow on top of the thigh. Bring the back foot down, cartwheel the arms around. Left hand down, left shin down, right leg long. Inhale that leg up. Or you can find a different variation of side plank. So take whatever feels good for you. If you're in the modified side plank and you want to take a nice quad stretch, bend that knee and you can hold on. Keep hugging in the low ribs. So we're going to start to move towards that lift off. So we'll draw that knee into the chest. Right foot's coming forward. We'll keep the knee bent. Hand will come right under the shoulder and then lift off. So the knee can be nice and bent. Hand will be grounded here. So this is more like a bent knee, Ardha Chandrasana. We'll reverse this by taking the left hand down, left shin down, right leg long. And there's an option here, so you can stay here. If you want, you can step the right foot behind you and come on to the left foot and get that kind of reverse table or wild thing. Wherever you are, we'll come back onto the shin. If you're not there already, step the right foot forward, bring the right hand under the shoulder, and then lift back up into that Ardha Chandrasana. And then both hands down, left knee's coming outside of that right ankle. For Ardha Matsyendrasana legs, bring that right hand behind you. Inhale, space on the left side. So the right leg is crossed and on top, and we'll turn our heart towards the right. Each inhalation, find length. Each exhalation, hug the belly back as you find your twist. One more breath here, and then we'll turn the heart forward. This top leg is just going to move over towards the right. Bring the left foot in line, and we'll lift the pelvis. Bring your hips back down. So use your glutes, use your low belly. This is some of the best work for shoveling right here. Teaches us how to use our glutes really well. Last one. We'll bring the hips down. So from here, we'll find a final back bend. You're welcome to flow through a vinyasa if you want to clear it out. You can come right onto your back from here if you'd like. So you can bring a block along if you're going to take a supported bridge. You can also take a bridge or a wheel pose. So take what feels nice for the body. Whenever you're ready to come down, we'll roll the spine down, one vertebra at a time. Bring your feet a little wider than your hips and allow the knees to touch in. And just feel the spine on the earth, like we did at the beginning of class. You can bring your fingertips to the base of the skull, give a little massage, and then draw the fingertips towards the top of your mat. Noticing the breath in the body, allowing the breath to be complete. And then you can take any last movements that feel nice for you before you make your way into your final resting pose. And when you arrive in Shavasana, taking a nice deep inhalation, and then part the lips and allow a sigh to leave your body. And do that 2 more times. With each exhalation, really feeling anything that you'd like to leave, not carry with you, leave your body. The real purification with water is to bathe in the essence of eternity and stand in your true body, stunning autonomy, luminous bliss, invisible consciousness pulsating always in every direction. I'm just taking a moment to be with yourself, experience whatever beauty, bliss from your essence, your true body, that whatever that is beyond the scope of this space and this room. And then you can allow small movements to awaken. And in your own time and in your own way, making your way into a comfortable seat. Whenever you arrive, we'll meet with our hands at our hearts and just take a moment to come back to that intention that you set at the beginning of class. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy and free, and may our thoughts, words, and actions contribute to this. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today.